Hi guys, so this is video number 3 of the day regarding, all the stuff that came out regarding Cohen. He said he pled guilty, the plea agreement, and Manafort. Now, I've asked you guys on Patreon to write questions below the videos that you still had, and I asked that the questions be connected to today, right, to Manafort and Cohen. So I have the questions here, and I separated by writing C for Cohen, G for general, and M for Manafort. So for the questions such as where do we go from here, which I think I already asked somewhat, well, it's kind of related to the first video, that's general. Or for example, when does 45, I've already talked about that in different videos, but again, that's a general question because like I said, the question has to be about what happened today. Okay, so Manafort or Cohen, and stuff like that. So anyway, but having said that, I saw that most of the questions that I got so far, and that even I have, are related to Michael Cohen. Okay, so I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do separate videos for each question. I think I'm just going to do a series of questions on Michael Cohen that I got so far, okay? And that's that. Okay, all right. So let me go back. Get back to the questions here. Okay, so I did that first question about cooperation, and then okay, so the next question, I think I touched on that. I said that Cohen is willing to collaborate with Mueller and the prosecutors in general, but someone asked, is he going to collaborate with Mueller fully? So I'm going to ask that question. Will Michael Cohen collaborate with Mueller fully? And I have the cards, but I'm going to do the vision first. So will Michael Cohen collaborate with Mueller fully? I think so, guys, yes. But what is interesting here, because I see him talk, I see Mueller. First, Mueller has you know what Venn diagrams are? Are those diagrams that are circles that are sometimes they interconnect. So he's showing, I think he's talking, well, not talking to, he's looking at these diagrams of all the areas that he's looking into. And he's sort of determining what Michael Cohen can help with. And I see that he tells him, not him, right? So what I got from this was that Michael Cohen, he says, look, if you give me all of this, you'll get either no time or very little time. Because guys, he knows, okay, look at how much he knows. He knows he has a connection to all these Russians. A. B. He knows so much about the election. He was a deputy chairman of RNC. He has so much information. He's part of so much. And I feel like, yes, he'll collaborate, but then I got the image, guys, of Sammy the Bull Gravano. You know, Sammy the Bull Gravano was the guy who took down John Gotti. And as you know, Mueller was the guy. Mueller took down John Gotti, as you probably know this, okay? So he's explaining to him, and I think that's what's going to happen to him, that like Sammy the Bull Gravano, he's going to have to, because it's showing, guys, when Mueller describes to him all the tentacles, he has to start a whole new life somewhere else, because he's connected to the Russian mob in New York. Everything that he's done pretty much has been connected with shady characters. His whole life, he grew up in a neighborhood. He's, a Ukrainian, Russian neighborhood, whatever. Okay, and he knows all his friends. Not all of them, but a lot of his friends are in that world. So basically, I think he's gonna collaborate with Mueller, yes, but that means his life is over. And that, like, the life that he used to lead is over. Okay. And but the reality is that if he didn't collaborate, it would be over too. because they would just freeze the money, all the money that they would just take everything. And I think one of the reasons too, guys, that he collaborated with the government was that they froze the money. These guys they love to talk, but if they run out of money, they're not. It's interesting, right? Because those people, I have so much money, I'm so successful, I'm so like this. But the reality is, they're all of this because of the money. Without money, they are nothing, right? From that perspective. So once they are faced with prospect of poverty, then they're like, oh, there's no point to it. You know what I mean? Because if he's done all this like shady stuff, all the illegal money he's connected to, that means he's going to lose everything. So that's that, guys. Yeah. Really? Oh. So that's that. So yes, and I see him kind of like in a, not bunker, but kind of like sitting at a table with Mueller, like he's gonna be there every day, like he's fully. I see him very engaged. Okay, and it's interesting, guys. Like I said before, I did a reading on him a long time ago. At the current pace, feels probably like a couple of months ago. But I remember him thinking he may go to like face something really hard, and then eventually kind of had to have a breakdown and collaborate. But what I sense here is that even with this stuff, not just about Mueller, not just about Trump, but his past, I feel like people never took him seriously, or kind of like made fun of him a little bit. All these like mob people, okay? So this is because he kind of feels like he doesn't have, like, people are not loyal to him either. Okay, they kind of like don't treat him very nicely. So he has no reason to not flip. Okay, so anyway, so yes, he's flipping, and like I said, I think he wants to say everything he knows. So yeah, so I think he's collaborating fully, and he's gonna have but like I said, similar to Sammy the Bull Gravano. Those senses, same with the Bull. I think he killed 19. I don't know how many. I don't know how many people. He killed a lot of people. He did. I don't think Michael Cohen has killed people, but that's it, guys. Okay, so that's it, and because Michael Cohen, guys, in a way, I think he's weak in many ways. I forgot who he was. I think it was Avenatti who said that about him. Okay, he's kind of like a sensitive soul in a way. You know what I mean? Kind of like, some ways I think I'm not defending him in any way, but I just feel like he's kind of that type of person. Okay. So next, I answered that question. Okay, so the question is, yes, he's collaborating with Mueller. I don't, maybe I will do cards just because why not, right? So I have the cards here. Let's see, just one. Okay. Not too much. I don't want to have too many cards because then that's it. Yeah, okay, so perfect. This is just these 5 cards. So this is moving on to something better, and it's upset. So he wants to move on. So this was talking, literally talking. Now this woman, I think, has to do with, what's her name? Stormy, and the payments to him in general. Fortunes change. Okay, so shady money. This could also be shady money. So there's changes here. Okay, so that's that. I think he's trying to survive. He wants to get out of the situation he's in, so he's willing to talk. Simple. Okay. I don't want to elaborate on like too many card stuff. I just want I should just use the cards in this case to support the question. Okay. So the next question is, I have several. I just want to see if, okay, so oh, this is a question, actually my question. Has Michael Cohen been threatened by, or his family, been threatened by the Russians? Okay, like I don't want to bring Dennis Shields into this, but nonsense. Yeah, a little scary, Has he been threatened, and will his life, obviously I think his life is in danger, but, right, but is he under, I don't know what happens. I mean, he's in danger in some way, what's going on? Okay, so I'm going to ask. So has Michael Cohen been threatened? And him or his family, and is there any measures in place to make sure he's safe? Okay, guys. So remember there was a photo. I actually did a reading on this and never published to YouTube. I kept it on Patreon. So then this reading, the reading I did this time, it was about this. Remember the day when he had to go to court, the first day when the whole thing came out. There was all these people he was talking to outside the court house, and there was photos. So it turns out that the people who were in these photos were all very shady characters related to real estate, and they were connected to a mobster, Israeli mobster named, I don't know, Leviev something. I remember this. And then I was like, it showed me this, and it's saying that then they were threatening him. They were saying, "Look, we better not talk, okay?" And that's one. And then it said that everywhere he's under. I'll just say, guys, I think he's under surveillance by these people, okay? And that he goes. I feel like say he's crossing the street, right? And there's a guy in a car saying, like, making the gesture to him like this, like letting him know that if he talks, and that increases the stress dramatically. Okay, so he feels like he's going to law enforcement not just because he wants to talk, but I think because he wants to protect himself and his family, because he doesn't know what to do. Like he doesn't have, he doesn't have the money to fight all of this stuff. Okay, his assets have been frozen. He is not a very high-ranking person, and he's in a way he's not as smooth as someone like and kind of clever like Roger Stone, who can kind of, and also Roger Stone is much older. So it's not like he still has. I think Michael Cohen still has a life. Okay, I'm not saying that Roger Stone doesn't, but it's a very different position. Okay, so I think that Michael Cohen is more like a helper. He's not necessarily the mastermind, but he's like works with these people, and he's like he does what he's told kind of person. So he was never respected as much as Roger Stone. Not that Roger Stone is respected, but you know what I mean? He's not. I feel like Roger Stone has that Machiavellic mastermind profile. Michael Cohen doesn't. He's kind of like, he wants approval. He's not dominant like Roger Stone is. Anyway, so that's that, guys. Okay, like I saw that he went to law enforcement because he wants protection as well, because he has been threatened. Okay, so the next question is, just quickly cards. Okay, here. Is that right? Okay. This is child. Okay, childhood. Okay, what else? Older man. Grief and adversity. Yeah, turned out to be. Yep. It's very interesting, guys. So here's the childhood or children, older man here, dotard. Could be dotard, could be other people. And this is grief and adversity. These are the adulators and the friend who turns out to be an enemy. So he could. I have a sense here, guys, that this is the people he's known from the past, connected to Trump, have said they'll cause harm and to him, and they'll cause harm to him because he is a fake person, right? He's not a true friend. Like he's not friendly to the opportunist. He turned on the opportunist. Okay. Okay, so the next question is, I'm sorry, I'm like reading here. Does Cohen have, somebody asked this question, does Cohen have information on the girl, the 13-year-old girl Trump threatened? And another question that I'm thinking when I saw this is like, does he have the PP tape? Does he know about the PP tape? Does he have the PP tape? But I'm not going to ask this. I'm going to first ask what the person asked, and then I'm going to ask about the PP tape. So does Cohen have information on the girl that Trump threatened? Okay, the one that Katie, I don't remember. Okay, so does Cohen have information on the girl that he threatened? Oh my God, just said yes, because he threatened her himself. He was the guy. He's like, just as I saw the guy kind of on the car doing this gesture. He was the guy who's like, hey, you better not do anything. He would like scare, and I think he did that for him. Okay, and this girl. So the answer is yes. Okay. So does he have information? Okay, does he have information on this girl? Yep. Guys, look. This is love in general, okay? So this is deal. Look, deal. This is a very interesting card. So this is called a trip to the countryside. So that it essentially means kind of like you know the French term rendezvous. Okay, so rendezvous you could also have it's an appointment, but it's also kind of like a lover's afternoon tryst or something like that. So he made here's the deals related to love and these things. This is joy. I mean, I think parties. Okay, so he all this stuff that happened. Now this is related to the child. Now related to the child, it could indeed be, guys. So who is this? Yeah, on behalf of the 12 trip. Could be, I don't know if this is like, yeah, could be the child, the girl, but this is a child, a boy. Okay, so that's a yes, well, definitely. So this is a deal. So he makes all the deals here. So he like I said, guys, we know that you don't need a reading for this, but he's the guy who cuts the deals. He cut the deal. Is that right? Can you say? No, he makes the deals with all the women that he had sex with or something. Okay, nice, nice. And all of this, that's his job, is to manage the dirt that Trump himself has, and he knows. So he knows all of it, stuff related to him. Okay, so the answer is yes. And my question now is, does Michael Cohen have the PP tape? What does he know about the PP tape? Has he seen the PP tape? Does he have the PP tape? Okay, guys, so I saw an image of him squirming, like, oof, like he's disgusted. I feel like when he went away, I don't know where he's, Prague or somewhere, the thing about the dossier, or somewhere, he went on travel for Trump. Those people, I think Trump has been blackmailed before because of this. This is not the first thing, with the Russians. Others have, and I feel like he's there. He's there as a Trump representative, and they send him. Not send him. It's like remember there used to be these little televisions that had the VCR that you could like insert this VCR into. Okay, so he was made to watch this thing. Okay, he's like ugh, and he's squirming not because the tape itself is uncomfortable, but because he knows the damage it could cause. Because I think he is. I'm like, sorry, I can't just see it. I think I've seen it. I don't know, maybe because it looks so familiar to me. He's naked, okay, Trump, and he's like almost like if you were drunk. Like this reminds me of guys before. I've seen this image before. Him like kind of drunk, hitting on the girls are crying. Two of them are scared and also naked, but they have bodies of like not in a good way, guys. 11, 12, teenager, like young. Like, oh, I'm sorry, they're crying, like no, and he's like, like kind of like. He's like this monster. That's who he is, right? But what I mean by that monster is like physically, he's repulsive, and he's also a horrible person. So there he is, and that's the tape. And this is why it's so damaging for Trump because he's naked, guys. And I'm sorry, it's not attraction. It's not. He's beautiful, no. And that's that, guys. Okay, so yeah. So that's that. Okay, so he's seen it. He don't think he has it. He has a different version, different tapes about Trump, but not this one. Because that's like very prized, okay? And I think he went into this room and there's several, I think, intelligence officers. Even is it Lavrov there? Like some like very big deal Russian people were there. And obviously, he's in a place where he's okay, but he can't. It's not like he'd be like, give me the tape, give me the tape. No, he'd be killed instantly if he does anything. But they just wanted to show him what it is. Okay. So, and that's why he's like, yeah, no. So, that's it. Okay, so next. Okay, so. Okay, I'm going to stop here, guys. 20 minutes, and then I'm going to upload this, okay? Okay, bye.